A man telling a woman how to dress in the gym?
Yeah, apparently women need men to tell them how to dress. Apparently it's not common knowledge amongst females that if the clothes are too small, you're allowed to size up. I mean, does it really seem like the men are such bad people in trying to educate and inform the women on how to dress appropriately in the gym? Coach Greg, in today's video, women are delusional. Yep, I said it. Now, the problem is, of course, it's not every single woman. It's just the women who are famous. The women in fitness. We got a woman here, and she's got over 1 million followers. Now, she is in fact obese, but she happens to be the good kind of obese. She is in fact attractive. Bigger girls, they want to look like her, and men, they're thinking, yeah, if my girlfriend looked like that, there's nothing wrong with that. And so, she's got the best of both worlds. She gets to be obese and still be attractive. But here's the problem. This woman is delusional. She thinks she's a true medium. And so she's got a series where she tries on clothing from a number of brands. And the one on display right here is, in fact, Define. My girlfriend, she's probably got 20 of these items. Various clothing companies are sending her clothes. Try my clothes, do this, do that. And so Mepstagram's probably got 100 plus of these outfits. And I do believe she's an expert on women's sizing, clothing, and so on. Let's watch this video and ask yourself, is she wearing the correct size? Does it look like maybe, just maybe, she should be trying on a large?
I'm trying to be cool, but goddamn.
Hi guys, my name is Ashley. Welcome back to my series where I try to find the most accessible and the most affordable fitness gear for Canadian women.
I like that. You know, for Canadian women, being a Canadian myself, I can see Canadian women are totally different from, women from the United States. They have different sizes, different needs. I'm kidding. They're exactly the same.
I'm going to tell you that the sports bra is going to be a massive problem when I'm working out.
I'm not sure if these things are natural and or not, but I can tell you that Mepstagrams are not natural, and they're very, very big, and she can't fit in a size small because her chest is not small. It's very, very big. If you see under boob and there's things falling out everywhere, it's because you're buying the wrong size. That is not the fault of the clothing brand. That's because you are not wearing clothes that are big enough.
I put this on to get ready and we're already dealing with quite a bit of under boob. Shorts, as you can tell, are already running up. Squeezing the living out of my thighs.
Squeezing the living out of my size.
This is not an outfit that is worn by people that do not make content in the gym.
If Mepstagram puts on a size medium Define, it fits her with no problem. She weighs 134 pounds. You are probably 154 pounds, or perhaps a little more. I don't know. And so does it not make sense to size up?
So if you're a regular gym user, this doesn't work.
Yeah, a regular gym user who's obese, a size medium isn't going to work. And so, I mean, it's not that her content is totally bad. She's saying, look, if you're obese, don't buy size medium. That's the message that I'm getting.
This is not made for all around thicker girls.
Last I checked, that is what a size large or perhaps extra large is for. What is wrong in 2026 where women think they can identify as whatever they want? I identify as a size medium, and if the clothing line doesn't get it right and say I'm amazing, then I'm not buying their clothes. And so why do you think so many clothing brands out there, they write smaller sizes on their clothing than they actually are? You know what? Let's make this a size 30 waist and we'll put size 0. And if it's a 28, we'll put 00. And if it's a 26, 000. And if you're a 24-inch waist, we'll put 5X0. Now, if you're a size 36 waist and you're morbidly obese, we'll put medium, and then the women will feel great. They'll buy the clothes, say, I'm an extra, extra small. Yay! And no one will be a size large because if they are, no one will buy those clothing.
This was the worst in the series. Worse than Nike, worse than Aloe.
And so it's worse than Nike, worse than Aloe because the size medium is a true medium. They don't want to lie to females. They're saying, look, if you don't fit in a medium, you have to buy a large. Because when people who are actual mediums buy medium, they don't want to be swimming inside of it. If Define grabbed their extra large clothing and put medium on it, she would have been happy. But every other girl who's not obese, who's not overweight and bought a medium would be sending it back saying, it's too big, send me to small or extra small. And so who is actually making sense? I mean, look at this. I'm freeze-frame. Like, look, like, really? Like, does that look like it fits? Does it look like it's the clothing's fault or hers? There's not enough material to cover her chest and her derriere. It's doing its best, but you can't expect fabric to suddenly double in size as you put it on.
The sports bra does not fit and stay on your chest.
It doesn't fit and stay on your chest. Because yours is not a medium. If that's a medium, then most people are going to be an extra small.
The shorts ride up so much, they are uncomfortable.
I thought shorts were supposed to ride up. I mean, I'm learning from various female influencers, and they teach you that you're supposed to shove the material up your ass. And so if it's riding up, isn't it riding to where it's supposed to be? Perhaps you didn't let it rise up enough.
I ordered a size medium, like I always do.
If medium's always fitter, then that teaches me is that the other brands are all a bunch of wusses.
And I'm so frustrated in trying to find size mediums that fit across brands.
You're going to get mad at Define for being the only brand that you've experimented with that actually labels their clothing accordingly. Like, you really think this is just a woman problem? I have t-shirts from size medium, large to extra large. Depending on the brand, I'm either a medium, a large, or an extra large. It depends. You really think that I'm going to make a video and get mad at a clothing brand where I'm wearing a medium and say, how is Coach Greg a medium? Or the other way around. How am I an extra large? How can I be an extra large? I'm a 5'6" manlet. And so your clothing brand, no one should shop from there. Would that make sense?
In the entirety of this series, I've been able to get through and finish the workouts. I couldn't in this.
Not even comfortable finishing this workout like just the sports bra. And so if she were to send this medium in and get a large or perhaps an extra large, it would be absolutely stupendous. The clothing looks great. I know that Mepsigram wears these clothes and she is a fan of the clothing line. And nothing wrong with that. Here's the true message. You know how when you weigh yourself on a scale, that is just data. It's information. It does not define your self-worth. I use the word define self-worth on purpose. If you put on a size medium from Define and it doesn't fit because you're too big, that doesn't mean you're a bad person either. It means this clothing brand got it right. And so size up. It doesn't mean that you look bad, that you're looking gross. Did I call you ugly? You're an attractive female who happens to be obese. You shouldn't be wearing a size medium because medium is for medium-sized people. Somebody writes a comment because there are people in this world who are actually intelligent, and they wrote, why not size up? I mean, that seems like an intelligent response. Why does she respond to that? I'm a true medium in every brand. If the brand doesn't fit me in capital M, capital E, talk about main character syndrome. That's not a capital M, capital E problem. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Just because other brands are babies, they're scared to actually properly size their clothing. And what's happened over the decades when women and men have progressively gotten fatter is that clothing brands have thought it's better to write smaller letters on these brands of clothing than to actually write what they are. Women don't like buying an extra large. Trust me, if Mepsigram put on a clothing brand and it said extra large and it fit perfectly, she probably wouldn't buy it. Extra large? How am I an extra large? She wouldn't like it. But imagine her bra top. It is an extra large. Look at them. It is a you problem. Different brands fit differently. What are you talking about? You obviously needed a large. Not gonna lie, she posted herself wearing a large before. Saying you're a medium in all clothes sounds stupid, but I didn't want to sound like I was trying to hate. And she writes, when did I do that? I've done 10 parts and never gotten a large. Well, perhaps it was a year ago before this series. Oh my God. This is just nonstop comedy for me. Girls, same. I wanted to love them bras so bad, but I can't even wear them. And who's gonna tell her? How many people think that she's a medium? Medium. All these girls with huge followings, what they seem to have in common is they have huge hips, a huge this, and so maybe they're not actually mediums, maybe they're a large, and that these clothing brands are made for 90% of females who don't have those crazy kind of curves. You're allowed to size up. And here's the thing, if you're big up top here and big down below here, but small in the waist, a sports bra and short shorts is gonna fit. If your hips are big, you have a big derriere, you can wear bigger shorts. It's not like it's a one-piece outfit, and if you size up to a large, it's going to be loose on your waist, and you don't like that. So I understand that, but this is separate clothing. This is equivalent to a girl that just got 800cc breast implants and saying, how come I'm not a size small anymore? Oh, it doesn't cover the girls up. Well, of course it doesn't. And so, shouldn't you be sizing up instead of telling the clothing line that they don't know what they're doing? Okay, I'm so happy you did this because I was inches away from buying the set from them. And then she writes, baby girl, define ain't made for us. Perhaps this was the problem in this incident. This video, fairly viral. We've all seen this before. Men, please read this. We do not dress for you. And so perhaps she had the same problem. She identifies as a small. Right? And so she knows she's a true small, and she bought a size small and it didn't cover her up. And so she's saying, hey, I dress for me, I don't dress for the men. And so if my girls happen to pop out because I'm wearing a small and I'm a true small, even though I'm a D cup, well, that's on you. Why would you even look? Us girls, we don't want to be looked at in the gym. We do it for ourselves. And so we can wear whatever we want, no matter what, and you can't comment. Does anyone think that that bra strap is appropriate in the gym? Like, literally, it looks dangerously close to the girls falling out. And so he says, what do you mean by dress? You're half naked. You're not fully dressed. When you're only covering up the nipple, the bottom part of your chest, that isn't fully dressed. If she were to size up, rather than wearing a size small, wear a size medium, perhaps there would be enough coverage and no one would have any problems. We're not saying you can't wear a sports bra in the gym. Women are coming to her defense. Oh, what are you talking about? A man telling a woman how to dress in the gym? Yeah, apparently women need men to tell them how to dress. Apparently it's not common knowledge amongst females that if the clothes are too small, you're allowed to size up. I mean, for men, we're of higher intelligence, we're thinking logically rather than emotionally. And so we would tell these women, wear a bigger size so that it covers up the girls. If you have all the underboob or there's literally 3/4 of your chest falling out, your sports bra is too small and you should size up. Is that complicated? I mean, does it really seem like the men are such bad people in trying to educate and inform the women on how to dress appropriately in the gym? I mean, if I wore some shorts and you could see through the front area and you could see every crevice, every groove, every vein, and a woman were to say, hey, you could wear more material than that. Perhaps your shorts are a little bit too tight. We can see the vein poking through. Would it be not okay for her to say that? To say, you should probably consider wearing something different. Or should I say, hey, I dress for me. I want to be able to see that vein popping through, and so you can't comment. If you didn't want to have this problem, what I would suggest is you get GO2 Max. What this does is it makes cardio easier than last time. You can do more cardio, you can go harder, and what it allows you to do is burn more calories. It's going to put you in a deficit, and you're going to lose weight. And so if you are, in fact, a true medium, then what that means is that you need to lose weight. Because if you're a true medium, and slowly over the years, you stop doing cardio, you eat too many of those delicious meals, and you haven't gotten my cookbook, then the weight can creep up. Perhaps you should have gotten the GLP Max to reduce your appetite, reduce your cravings. And so if you want to go back to being a true medium, drop 20 pounds, you could also go to Algorex, get various peptides like GLPs and so on, and that will help you to reduce the food noise. You eat less, you get in a calorie deficit. Do I have to explain this? And then you'll lose weight. you'll actually go back down to being a medium. And so don't throw those clothes away. Perhaps in the future, when you decide to be healthier than last time, you can eat fewer calories or do more cardio and you'll lose some weight and you will be, in fact, a medium. Now, if anyone thinks that that physique is actually a medium, then this is what I need to tell you. You're delusional. Because if that's a medium, what do girls who are, for example, I don't know, bikini competitors or people who are triathletes or people who go to the gym and are not overweight, what would they wear? If the extra small is too big for them, then how is it fair that they don't get to wear any clothing? And so it's only fair that if you're overweight or obese, that you wear more the large size, and that if you're thin, very lean, that you wear the small or extra small. And the mediums are for everyone somewhere in the middle. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost you out of them. Please like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. Don't forget about the Kaiko bars, Seco, code Seco, 50% off. And don't forget to try out the Turkestrone, Turk Builder Max, Turk Platinum, money back guarantee, and a $50 gift card if it doesn't work as good as you were expecting. Looking to be coached by myself or myself and my team, or to get sponsored by HDLT supplements, click on the link. And until next time, I am out.